Hello. Hello, everyone. If you're gonna watch the replay, you can just move the live forward, okay? Hello, I hope we have people here. Just okay, naririnig ko naman pala yung sarili ko. So earlier, I was checking my audio and it was not working. That's why, yeah, now it's okay. So hello, welcome, good evening. Tonight we will be discussing about grammar and vocabulary. I believe this is not gonna be, hindi naman masyadong mahaba yung live. It's just enough. By the way, may gusto palang ipasabi si Sir Jerome. Um, yung internet niya daw sa bahay is not working. So, I think 2 days na nawala daw silang wifi. Kaya hindi siya maka-respond sa GC ninyo. That's why. At ano pa ba? So, I'll be with you today, tomorrow, and Friday. Bukas, yung i-discuss natin will be still sentence correction, mga ganon na reading comprehension. And then on Friday, there is a 100 item na, quiz, and we will rationalize it. So, yeah, today, tomorrow, and Friday. So, tayo yung magkasama. I cannot see your comments. Okay. Oh, we have people here. Hello. So, ano pa ba yung sinabi niya? Na, yeah, kaya hindi niya masagutan yung mga tanong nyo sa Messenger. It's because walang Wi-Fi currently sila, Sir Jerome. That's why. Okay? But anyway, here we are. Kaya ako yung nagdadala ng live tonight because he's not available, no? So, grammar and vocabulary will be the topic. Here we have it. Okay. Hindi ko talaga makita yung comments. So, okay. Andito na pala. All right. Hi. Okay. Nandito din si Sir Jerome. He's watching. Okay. So, um, nice to meet you all. My name is Jenny Dapat. I have a master's in education, LPT, major in English. Kaya yung discussion ko lang will be about verbal reasoning. I am a national lecturer and also if magte-take kayo ng let or you know people, you can direct them to my page. It's called Exams Jenny. Okay, nice to meet you all and good evening. So, forget everything you know when you review para ready yung utak natin to take in new information. Okay, kapag may iba kayong iniisip or priority or may iba kayong aligot-got right now, pwede niyo muna silang iset aside. What's the point of listening kung wala naman no, mentally absent ka naman pala, no? So forget everything, not just tonight, okay? Every time you decide na mag-aaral kayo or mag-review kayo, you have to set aside everything, no? Para prepared. Para ba siyang, yun bang balde, no? Balde ba yung term in Tagalog? If it's full, so hindi na siya like aapaw yung information, right? So if it's empty, pwede nyo siyang pasukan ng bagong information. So just like that, no? Anyway, if you're not ready to learn tonight, you can always watch the recording because this will be uploaded after naman, okay? So every time you review, remember to forget everything you know, okay? Nice to meet you all. Grammar tip, understand the basic rule. So, bakit ba useful yung verbal reasoning na lecture or just English in general? It's because the questions there will be in English, right? If we have malawak yung comprehension natin sa English language, mas maiintindihan natin yung questions. Even yung mga tanong na hindi related sa verbal reasoning is masasagutan natin. Mas malaki yung chance na mapipili natin yung correct answer, di ba? Kasi naiintindihan natin yung question. So, if we have a broader understanding with English, mas malaki talaga yung chance na mas malaki yung rate natin, no? Kasi paano na lang hindi mo pa naintindihan yung tanong, tapos mahirap pa siya alone, no? Kaya at least with the basic understanding of English, you are already one step closer to getting the correct answer, okay? So first we will discuss grammar. First is to understand the basic rule, no? So yung subject, verb, ano ba yung dapat kasunod niya? Ano ba dapat format ng verb, ng adjectives, if it's a pronoun, for example, ang mga ganon. You don't have to memorize everything. Um, kapag naintindihan mo lang kung ano yung pinaka-foundation niya, so mas madali natin silang mag-grasp, no? Kahit anong klaseng tanong ang itapon nila doon, kahit na pagbalik-baliktarin pa, we will still be able to answer if we understand the basic rule. Okay? So all of the discussions tonight will be just about that. And this is very simple lang actually. And I believe masasagutan niyo talaga. Kaya nga tayo nag-review para ma-refresh yung utak natin. Right? So anyway, let's start with verbs. But first, let's decode these. Kailan ba gamitin yung does, do, and did? So always remember we use does if it's singular, no? So for example, si Jenny, iisa lang siya, so does yung gagamitin natin. Jenny does, okay? Singular and present tense, okay? Now kapag plural naman o marami, so my friends do. So that's plural. And other than that, yung I, tsaka yung you, they also follow do, no? I do, you do. So also in present tense. Kapag past tense na, dyan na natin gagamitin yung did, no? So I did, you did, they did. It doesn't matter kung singular or plural. If it's already in the past, then gagamitin natin yung did, okay? So that's just one thing to remember. Yung iba kasi minsan nababaligtad yung paggamit natin nito. So the same then with has, have, or had. So gagamitin natin yung has if it's singular and in present tense. So Jenny has, no? Kasi nag-iisa si Jenny and in present tense ngayon siya nangyayari. Kung plural naman ng subject, that's when we use have, no? Also, I and you, no? I have, may tumatawag sa akin, oh no, I'm sorry, I cannot. Again, kapag present tense, that's have, okay? Plural, I have, you have. And now kapag past tense na yung action, then that's when we use, okay? So it doesn't matter kung single o kapag tapos na yung action, you use had, all right? So now, kapag singular yung subject, it's kind of easy to identify. Sinali ko lang tong example. Just remember na merong letter S sa last part ng verb niya, okay? So here, si Jenny is singular. Nag-iisa lang si Jenny. That's why it's is. Di ba? May letter S. Was, may letter S. Has, does, wants. Not kung ano pang action word yung gamitin natin. Palaging merong S. Okay? Lalong-lalo na if it's in the present tense. So again, kapag singular, palaging merong S yung kasunod niya. Okay? Or yung verb niya. That's just how it is. So again, with has and does, at least hindi na tayo mako-confuse, di ba? If it has letter S, it's used for singular present tense. Now, comment your answers. Blank, you need my help. Is it did, do, or does? Um, please tell me in the comments. If someone will answer or will comment the correct answer, I'll just move on right away, okay? I hope you can still hear me. Okay. Okay naman pala. Na-stress ako kanina before I was starting kasi hindi gumagana yung audio. It was so, yeah, yung boses ko sobrang hina. No, I've had this issue so many times, kaya kinabahan ako. But good thing now I can hear myself well. All right. So if someone comments the correct answer, I'll just proceed right away. So the correct answer is letter B. Do you need my help? So, uh, yung subject natin here is you, no? So again, with the first and second person, yung I tsaka you, palaging do yung ginagamit natin, okay? Do you need? So did is for past tense, does naman is for singular and present tense. Next, The students blanked their homework yesterday. Is it did, do, or does? So as you can see, these are very basic questions. Uh, so after discussion, try natin kaagad sagutan. If you don't like to comment, for example, silent viewer ka, that's okay. You can just answer in your head, no? Yung iba kasi mahihiyang mag-comment, right? All right, that's correct. So, um, since meron tayong yesterday kahapon, so tapos na siya, no? The students did their homework. So kahit na plural yung students, pero tapos na, no? Past tense, we use did. By the way, kapag ginamit mo na yung did, dapat yung verb mo hindi na siya past tense, okay? So, for example, ano ba yung, because you cannot have double past tense eh. So, kapag sabihin kong Jenny did ate. So, yung ate, that's past tense ng eat. 'Di ba? You cannot do that kasi past tense na siya with the word did, no? So, Jenny did eat. So, it's just the regular form of the verb, okay? You cannot have double, madodoble na yung past tense, no? Redundant na siya. So, kaya nga sa question na, what did you do, no? Do yung gagamitin natin. Regular form siya. You cannot say, what did you did? Kasi madodoble na yung negative. So always remember that is not applicable, okay? If nagamit na yung did, so isa na lang. Siya na lang yung um, mag-indicate na past tense na. The verb that you will use should be in its regular form. Next, Jeff blank an upcoming examination. Is it had, have, or has? What is your answer? So this will be very short lang, I think. So it's just this, grammar, tsaka later mga vocabularies, no, discuss natin. Okay, so correct answer is, I don't know why hindi nag-appear yung comments niyo sa phone ko. Okay. But anyway, correct answer dito is, iba-iba na tayo ng sagot. So Jeff, si Jeff, ilang tao ba si Jeff? 'Di ba? Jeff is only one, or singular. Jeff has an upcoming examination. You cannot say Jeff have, no? Because you use have kapag madami sila, kapag plural, or for I or for you. No, Jeff has, not have. Correct answer is letter C. Next. Jenny blank not want my help. Jenny blank not want my help. Is it did, do, or does? So what about Jenny? So actually, this question is a bit confusing kasi pwedeng dalawa yung isagot natin, no? Since singular. But ano kasi, pwede siyang Jenny does not want or pwede ding Jenny did not want. Kaya lang, wala naman nag indicate na this is in the past or a time in the past. No? Hindi naman sinabing yesterday or last month. So, mag-stick tayo sa mas better na answer and that is does. Okay? So, again, since Jenny is alone, Jenny does not want my help. Next, every house in the 1980s blank gardens. Is it had, have, or has? Every house in the 1980s blank gardens. So, ano kaya yung tamang word natin dito? Please comment your answers. All right. So, what about the others? Bakit ba hindi ko makita yung comments, no? Problematic ito ay. Okay. Nandito na pala. So this is still in the 1980s. In the 1980s. So they had gardens. Okay, every house in the 1980s had gardens. So in the past tense na. Next, you blank to drive carefully every day. Is it had, have, or has? You blank to drive carefully. Ano naman yon kapag everyday, no? Araw-araw. So, is it considered past tense ba or present tense? Correct answer natin is That's right. It's letter B. No, you have to drive carefully every day. So, kapag ang isang bagay ay nangyayari araw-araw, that's considered present tense, okay? Or if there is a thing that is a general truth siya, like isang katotohanan, present tense din yan. So, for example, kapag sabihin natin babae si Jenny, you always use the present tense, okay? Jenny is a girl, no? Alangan naman sabihin Jenny was a girl. Eh, ano siya ngayon, no? Nagpa-change ba siya ng, no? Naging lalaki ba siya? So if it's a general truth, the sky is blue. So it's always in present tense, okay? Correct answer for this one is letter B. Next, reading books, blank my favorite hobby. Is it is, are, were, or will? Reading books, blank, my favorite hobby. Is it is, are, were, or will? So, ano naman sa comments? Okay. Yung pagbabasa, yung hobby, alright, iba-iba din tayo ng answer, no? Some answered is, some answered are. So, kahit na books yan, no? Kahit na plural yung books, always remember na yung pagbabasa alone, yung hobby niya, okay? So, reading is my favorite hobby. So, wag magpadala sa wag magpadala sa books. That's why pay attention. Yung pagbabasa, yung hobby niya, hindi yung books. Okay? So reading is my favorite hobby. Next, my college batchmates blank planning our reunion yesterday. Is it is, are, were, or will? Ano ba yung tamang word na gagamitin natin dito? Hello. Oh, dumadating na yung ibang tao. I started at exactly 6:30. Anyway, nice to meet you all. My name is Jenny. Okay, correct answer is dito yesterday. So ibig sabihin tapos na no. This is past progressive. Oo, kahit na college batchmates, totoo naman, marami sila. Pero kahapon pa sila nagplano. Kaya, correct answer natin is were, no? Past tense ng are is were. My college batchmates were planning our reunion yesterday. So, meaning ongoing yung action kahapon pa. Okay? Were planning. Next, TikTok and YouTube, blank my favorite apps. TikTok and YouTube, blank my favorite apps. Is it is, are, were, or will? What is your answer? Diba? Mabilis na tayo matapos. No, very short lang itong live. Hindi kayo maboboard. Char, naboboard na po kami, ma'am. I mean, madali lang, no? Hindi kayo aantukin. Oh, hindi na ako, ma'am. Hindi ko natatagalan. All right, so correct answer is R. That's right. So kapag dalawang bagay na TikTok tsaka YouTube, no, dalawa na sila, it's plural, so you use R. If it's past tense, you use were, okay? Make sure na naiintindihan natin yung tanong bago tayo sumagot. Because sometimes yung pagiging aggressive natin, it can cost us the correct answer, no? Because overconfident ba, uy, ito madali lang, alam, no? Shade ka agad. So make sure na naiintindihan mo siya fully. So it's either you read it twice or three times before you finally come up with your answer. Okay? Para ma-sure mo na naintindihan mo talaga. Hindi lang siya out of nowhere na sa tingin mo alam mo, no? So, minsan may mga words tayo na masiskip and those words can change the meaning of the sentence entirely. We should be careful, okay? Anyway, correct answer is R. Next, your parcel blank arrive on the next day. Is it is, are, was, or will? Okay, labas dyan sa palaging nag-check out. Dadating na yung reminder. Baka wala na kayong pambayad. At least ma-remind kayo right now na may parcel kayong parating. But anyway, this one is next day pa, no? Sa future pa. That's correct. So we will use will. No, your parcel will arrive on the next day. Next, last year, my school in elementary blank demolished because of legal issues. Is it is, are, was, or will? What do you think is the answer? I hope 'no, na ready na tayo sa mga ano. Okay. So correct answer is all right. So nasa na 'yon? Since this is last year pa naman nangyari. Oo. So this is okay. Was. 'Yun hindi pala nasagot 'yan. So last year, my school in elementary was demolished because of legal issues. So always remember last year pa kaya past tense. No? Past tense ng is was. Past tense ng are is were. Yan lang. Na-refresh na yung memory natin. Okay. Let's proceed with the other kinds of verbs. If you say transitive, yung verb, meron siyang direct object, no? O ano na naman yung direct object? That is the receiver, tagatanggap ng action. So for example, here, yung action dito is give, no? Yung direct object is gift, no? Ano ba yung binigay? Yung regalo. So yan yung direct object. Kapag yung isang sentence, merong direct object, katulad nito, uh, the verb here is transitive verb, okay? Now, if you say intransitive, opposite ng transitive, ibig sabihin walang direct object. So for example, if you say the sun rises. So rises here is the verb tapos yun na. No, walang ginagawan or walang tumatanggap sa action na rises, right? So, it's just it, no? That's intransitive. Again, kapag merong tagatanggap ng action or merong direct object, that's transitive verb. Kung walang direct object, that is intransitive. Now, let's see if you can identify. The dogs barked loudly. Is it transitive or intransitive? What do you think? You can assess on your own. So this is how the discussion is going to be a quick after a quick discussion, answer ka agad, no, para ma-apply natin. Experience is the best teacher. Hello, good evening po, ma'am and sir. Walang sir ngayon. Ma'am lang. But may nakikita ba kayong iba? Okay, so correct. This is letter. Some answered transitive. So, ano ba yung verb natin? It's barked, no? Meron bang tagatanggap ng bark? Wala, no? Hindi naman sinabing the dogs barked at Jenny or the dogs barked at the cat, no? Wala naman. They just bark loudly. Yun lang, tumaho lang sila. Period, no? Walang tagatanggap ng action. Wala diyan yung tinahulan nila, sadyang tumaho lang sila sa mga hindi nakikitang bagay. So this is an example of intransitive. Walang tagatanggap ng action. Let's try another. The idol wrote a letter to his fan. Is it transitive or intransitive? The idol wrote a letter to his fan. Is it transitive or intransitive? Ano ba yung sagot natin? Okay, magandang gabi again. Walang wifi si na Sir Jerome. That's why. Sabi niya hindi daw siya makapag-reply sa inyo. Yun lang. Oo, yun lang yung naalala ko. Actually, madami yung chat niya. Yun lang yung nakuha ko. Sorry guys. O bukas naman yung ibang message niya na i-announce sa akin. Okay, that's right. So this is finally transitive. Okay, tama na tayong lahat this time. So, sumulat siya. Ano yung sinulat niya? It's the letter. So yung letter yung tagatanggap ng action, no? Yung letter yung ginagawan ng action. So the letter here is the direct object. Ngayon, since meron na tayong direct object, this is called transitive. Okay? Next, Legolas drank so much during the party. Is it transitive or intransitive? Legolas drank so much. Oh, naglasing, say Legolas. Is it transitive or intransitive? Pagpasensyahan nyo na yung mga tao sa aking sentence. Okay, that's correct. So this time it's intransitive. Meron pa rin sumasagot ng transitive. Intransitive siya, letter B, it's because the verb here, he just drank. No, walang tagatanggap ng action. Sana kung sinabi na Legolas drank beer. Yung beer yung tagatanggap ng action, 'di ba? Pero dito wala. Sinabi lang na uminom siya. So, yun lang. Katulad ng aso, tumahol yung aso. No? Yun lang. Yung sun, the sun rises. Yun lang. So, it's intransitive. So, actually, hindi naman talaga ganito yung lalabas sa exam. Hindi naman natatanungin kung transitive ba yan or intransitive. Or we don't know. Pero usually, I did not hear na ganito yung tanungan. I just want you to be familiarized kasi. So, kapag pagbalik-balik na rin doon, no, at least masasagutan natin, 'di ba? And, ma-master yung utak natin, no, ma-practice ba siya na, you get accustomed with the sentence, masasanay kang sumagot. Yun naman talaga yung importante. Kaya kayo nag-review. Anyway, each country's leaders raised their respective flags. Is it transitive or intransitive? So, yung raised, meron bang tagatanggap ng raised or wala? Ano ba yung answer natin? Ano ba tong phone ko at hindi lumalabas yung comments nyo? Pwede daw bang palakasan yung boses ko? Check ko muna, ha? Hello, hello, hello. Malakas naman siya on my end. Oo. Pwede naman yung i-volume up yung phone nyo, okay? Alangan naman magsisigaw ako dito, no? Baka lapitan ako ng guard at sinong kaaway ko. Okay, so correct answer is transitive. So ano ba yung direct object dito? Yung flag. No, ano ba yung iniugayway nila? Yung flag. So yung flag yung tagatanggap ng action, yung flag yung direct object. Again, if yung sentence merong direct object, it's called transitive. Now, we also have different kinds of verb. Una, yung regular verb. So, kapag na past tense na yung isang verb tapos dagdagan mo ng ed, regular lang yan. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi gaano nababago yung spelling. So for example, yung accept. Accepted. No? Ed. Yun lang. Call. Called. Diba? Dinagdagan lang ng ed. It's called regular verb. Okay? Now, yung mga verbs naman na nababago yung spelling nila, it's called irregular. So for example, yung bring, 'di ba? Kapag past tense, hindi naman bringed, no? It's brought. Nababago yung spelling. That's called irregular verbs, okay? Kapag yung run na letter U, it becomes ran. Kapag break, it becomes broke. Teach, taught. Buy, bought. So, tawag natin dyan is irregular. Nababago yung spelling. Yun lang. Dagdag information lang yun, actually. Now, let's proceed with the nouns. So, tapos na tayo. Actually, sobrang dami pang verbs, but I chose not to have it one by one, no? Baka mag-walk out kayong lahat. So, at least those are the important ones. Ito din, actually sobrang daming klase ng noun, pero yung mga nakakalito talaga are if it has to do something with numbers, no? So first, meron tayong countable nouns. Ano ba to? Yung mga bagay or mga bagay na nabibilang. So kunyari yung apple, no, yung itlog. Dito merong isang itlog, may dalawang itlog, may tatlong itlog. So you can count it. It's called countable, no? Yung table, yung phone mo, no? The people, the house, you can count them. So they are countable. Now, if you cannot count them, kapag hindi naman sila mabilang, it's called uncountable nouns. So, kunyari yung, for example, yung rice, no? Water, air, no? Yung buhok. Depende na lang sa'yo kung bibilangin mo yung buhok mo. Problema mo na yan. But generally, it cannot be counted no, or mahirap siyang bilangin. So it's called uncountable. With this one kasi, it matters kung ano yung verb na gagamitin sa kanila. So yung countable, kapag mabibilang mo, it's easier to identify kung singular ba or plural, no? So, for example, yung apple, isa, dalawa, no? So, pwedeng um, singular or plural form din yung verb na gagamitin mo. With uncountable, it's always in singular form. Okay? So, for example, you cannot say, the water are. Oh, bakit are? Kasi maraming tubig, ma'am. Nasa dagat ako. Oh, you cannot say that, no? Since water is uncountable, hindi siya mabilang, it's always in singular form. Okay? The water is. Oh, except na lang kung yung tubig ipasok mo sa baso yung bibilangin natin. Okay? But uncountable nouns, most of the time, it's considered or it we use the singular form of the verb. Okay. Now let's try answering. Wow, your birthday cake blank good. Is it tastes or taste? What is your answer? So let me see. Baka may. Oh, hello, Ma'am Ann. Kuto ng classmate daw ang hindi Oo, hindi mahirap bilangin 'no? Yung itlog talaga yung kuto yung mahirap. I had that a lot as a kid. I think tayo naman sigurong lahat. Tapos sasabihin ng nanay na kung ayaw mo magpakuha ng kuto dadalhin ka nila sa ano, lilipad yan tapos dadalhin ka. Anyway, that is uncountable, that's correct. Depende na lang kung gusto mong bilangin. Okay, so yung birthday cake, actually, it's uncountable, no? Ha, ma, mabibilang naman yung cake. Actually, no. I've never heard anyone say one cake, two cakes, three cakes, no? So it's just a piece of cake, a layer of cake, no? Pero hindi talaga yung cake alone. But anyway, since it's uncountable, so hindi pala siya, mahirap pala siyang bilangin, it's always in singular form. Ano yun kapag singular? Palaging merong S sa verb niya, no? So, i-remember niyo na lang yung Jenny is, was, has, does, no? Kapag singular, palaging merong S yung verb niya if it's in present tense. So your birthday cake tastes good. Okay, correct answer is letter A. Next, water is blank. Water blank essential to life. Is it is or are? O, sagutan ko na lang kasi sinagutan ko na kanina yung water. So, water is uncountable pa rin, no? So, it's always considered singular, no? Unless na lang kung you put it inside a glass or, sa balde, up to you. Yung balde yung bibilangin natin. But the water remains uncountable. So water is essential to life. Now, other than countable, tsaka uncountable, meron din tayong tinatawag na concrete nouns. Ang dami palang nouns, no? So, if you say concrete nouns, these are the nouns na you can see or you can touch, no? Para bang you can feel them physically. So, kunyari, yung mesa, no? Yung kung ano diyang nakikita mo, no? Yung libro, yung apple, yung egg, anything na makikita mo, you can touch or you can see, it's called a concrete noun. Okay? So, pwede siyang plural, pwede din siyang singular. So, depende yon. For example, yung apoy, di ba? Nakikita naman natin yung apoy, no? Mahahawakan din natin siya kapag gustuhin natin. So, fire is singular, no? Since hindi naman siya mabibilang. Yung mesa, if there are a lot of tables, then it's plural, no? So, pwedeng singular, pwedeng plural yung concrete nouns. Now, ano ba yung opposite niya? These are what we call the abstract nouns. So, these cannot be seen or touched, no? Hindi makikita, and hindi rin mararamdaman physically. Multo ba yan? Hindi. These are ideas. So, for example, yung friendship, di ba? Love. You cannot see or touch love, di ba? Alangan naman, no? Yung joke na teacher ko na, oh, kunin mo, ang bigat-bigat na ng pag-ibig ko, ito, saluhin mo. No, it's impossible. So, kapag idea or feeling, yung isang bagay, it's called abstract. At yung abstract, always din na singular. Okay? 'Di ba? Wala naman tayong naririnig na, "My love are." Kasi ma'am, marami yung pag-ibig ko ma'am. Oh, kahit na ano pa yan, you cannot count, no, abstract noun. So, singular lang. My love for you is. Our friendship is, no? Respect is. Loyalty, ano pa yung mga idadagdag nyo. Basta if it's an idea, it's abstract noun. Okay? Now, let's try answering. My fear of deep waters blank. Immeasurable. Is it is or are? So, dito, ano ba yung tamang verb natin? Hello. Hello, dumami na kayo. Nahiya na ako. Char, nahiya pa yung makapal na mukha. Is you po, ma'am. O, ano ba yung is you? Yes, tama si Sir Marvin. No? You can feel daw sa inside. Pero yung hangin, because you cannot see hangin, di ba? And you cannot, di mo naman siya pwedeng hawakan. Pero still, hangin, you can feel it physically, no? So, concrete pa rin yan, no? Alangan naman na when you turn on the electric fan, wala ka talagang naramdaman, no? Ang manhid mo naman. Siyempre, pagbukas ng electric fan, nandiyan ka agad yung hangin, no? Kaya it's concrete, no? You feel it physically. Yung ghost, yeah, I don't know. Depende sa paniniwala nyo. Kung talagang nakita nyo, then concrete na yan, no? Wag lang sanang humawak sa inyo. Okay, so correct answer dito is all right. Yung subject natin is fear, no? Yung takot niya. So, may fear. Oh, hindi naman yung waters dito yung pinag-uusapan, yung takot niya. No, hindi masukat yung takot niya. Hindi siguro siya sumasakay ng barko. No, my fear of deep waters is immeasurable, no? Walang sukat, no? Talagang takot na takot siya. You cannot put a number on it. So, my fear. Ano yung fear? That is abstract, no? Nararamdaman mo, idea lang siya. Hindi yung nakikita mo physically. Yung water nakikita, pero yung fear niya, hindi. It's abstract. Next, the weight of the world, blank a heavy burden to carry. Is it is or are? The weight of the world. This is for you, no? Kapag malapit na yung exam, tapos may maraming problema, naghiwalay pa sa jowa, may problema pa sa pera, no? Parang pasan mo ang mundo. Now, the weight of the world, is this singular or plural? Some answered are okay, but actually correct answer is is. So this is also abstract din siya, idea lang siya. Oo. Grabe naman kung talagang inalsa mo yung buong mundo, no? Ano ko si Atlas, no? Ano ka ba, God ka ba? So it's just an idea, no? Minsan mabigat yung pakiramdam natin, pinapasa natin lahat ng problema. But still it's considered singular. The weight of the world is a heavy burden to carry, okay? Next, we have proper nouns. So we're done with countable, uncountable, concrete, abstract. Dito naman tayo sa proper nouns. So kapag proper, may pangalan. Okay? So it could be a thing, a place, a person. So for example, si Jenny, America, Jollibee, no? Kapag may pangalan, it's proper noun. Now, kapag general naman, it's called common noun, okay? So it just describes its type. So for example, yung common noun, person. Yung proper noun, si Jenny, no? Yung common noun, country. Oh, general lang siya. Pero yung proper noun, Philippines. Oh, may pangalan. Yung common noun is restaurant. Tapos yung proper noun, ano ba yung gusto niyong restaurant? For example, Dennis. Oh, so that is proper noun. Again, proper noun, may actual na pangalan. Common noun is the general term. If you say collective, ito yung pinaka nakakalito. So, it refers to a group or a collective, no, of people, animals, or things. So normally or usually, depende lang talaga yan sa sentence. Pero normally, singular siya because you consider it as one. Okay, so for example, a crowd, government, a team, a family. So, itong team, maraming tao ito, but since collective siya, they are considered as one. Oh, you cannot say, the basketball team are. Oh, it should be is kasi they are considered as one. Okay, kaya collective. Now, if we have regular verbs and irregular verbs, we also have regular and irregular nouns, no? So, if you say regular nouns, kapag naging plural or dumami, hindi nababago yung spelling. Dadagdagan mo lang ng S. So, for example, yung dog, nagiging dogs, no? Yung boy, nagiging boys, school, nagiging schools, no? So, dagdagan lang ng S, yun lang, no? Kapag irregular, kapag nagiging plural siya, nababago yung spelling. So, for example, yung woman, alangan man womans, no? It's women. Kapag child, children. Tooth, teeth. Foot, feet. No? Hindi naman foots or tooths. 'Di ba? So, kapag irregular, nababago yung spelling when in plural. So, let's try answering mathematics. Blank, my favorite subject when I was a kid. Is it was or were? What is your answer? Mathematics. Okay, so correct answer is, so mathematics, kahit na mukhang plural siya, no? Kasi may S, siguro marami ang mathematics, no? May plus, minus. So, yan lang naman talaga yung pangalan niya, di ba? Mathematics. So, mathematics was, no? May mga words talaga na ganyan, no? Akala mo plural because of their form. So, kunyari, yung name na Genesis, it ends with letter S, no? Kaya, if we do not understand it, we may mistake it as plural kasi may S sa hulihan. So, sometimes it's just the name, no? Next, colonies of ants blank on top of each other. Is it piles or pile? Colonies of ants. What is your answer? Okay, what about the others? All right, someone answer the correct answer right away. So if you say colonies, ibig sabihin, marami yung colony. No? Grupo-grupo, marami sila. If you say, colony of ants, kapag iisa lang yung colony, then it's piles, no? Kasi nga kapag singular, may S eh. So kapag iisa lang, kapag singular, a colony of ants, piles, tama din yon. Pero dito, marami yung colonies, no? So, pile yung answer natin. It's letter B. Now, let's move on to pronouns. Alam, malapit na tayong matapos. Ang bilis na. Ang tatalino nyo na kasi, ang bilis niyong sumagot. That's good. So there are so many kinds of pronouns. First, we have the possessive pronouns. So it's about pagmamay-ari, no? Kapag may-ari yung isang bagay, wag na tayong makihati, no? So for example, possessive pronouns are mine, yours, hers, his, and so on. So possessive tawag dyan, pagmamay-ari. Now, what is your answer to this? My friend and I ran into a friend of blank. Ano ba yung tamang pronoun natin dito? Sabi ni Sir John, ma'am, wow, ang ganda ko daw. Thank you, no? Sana magbilang anghel ka, no? Yumaman ako, magbabayad ako ng rhinoplasty. Kaya hindi tayo yaman kasi yan yung inuuna natin. Ito yung gusto ko sa online discussion. You cannot see me, no? Konting-konti lang yung mukha ko, kaya sa tingin nila ay, okay yung mukha ko. Kapag nakita niyo sa personal, madi-disappoint lang kayo. Anyway, correct answer natin dito. So we need a possessive pronoun for this one.
Hala, bakit mine lang? Oy,
So, ano ba? My friend and I. Kami ng friend ko. Bakit mine lang? Oo. Dalawa sila. So, ano ba yung tama? Bala ka dyan, sagutan mo. Ikaw yung lecturer. So, it's not mine. Kung ako lang, I ran into a friend of mine, that's correct kasi ako lang. Eh, paano naman yung friend ko? Oo. So, what do we call that one? Okay, finally, someone said it. So, my friend and I ran into a friend of ours. Oh, tama si Sir Yong. My friend and I ran into a friend of ours. Friend namin. Oh, hindi lang sa akin. Okay? Now, we also have personal pronouns. So, yung personal pronoun, pwede niyang palitan yung mga proper nouns. Ngayon, ganito na yung words, di ba? Na-discuss na natin yung proper noun. So, for example, si Jenny, pwede nang palitan ng she, di ba? So, you can replace it with proper nouns. So, these are personal pronouns. Okay? I, me, you, and whatsoever. So, blank broke my heart. O, palakasan ng sagot. Pero pronoun yung ibigay nyo. Okay? Alangan naman, makailapag yung pangalan dyan, no? Maintriga pa tayo. So, blank broke my heart. So, kapag ganyan na, no? Kapag usually, nasa subject siya, yung hinahanap talaga natin is personal pronoun. Okay, so what about the others?
mm, mines.
Okay. So she broke my heart. You broke my heart. So that is a um ano ba, personal pronoun. So since babae ako, I will say he broke my heart, no? Kung sino man nag-break sa heart ninyo, good luck sa kanila. Okay, if you say relative, it describes other nouns or pronouns, okay? So for example, whose, which, that, who, or whom. So ito, mga relative pronouns ito, okay? Let's try this one. Lechon, blank is my favorite food, is the best. So, they describe lechon or it refers to the lechon. So, ano bang relative pronoun yung hinahanap natin? It's because I'm from Cebu. So, kapag visit kayo ng Cebu, tikman nyo ang aming lechon. Hindi na ako manglilibre kasi malayo ako. Okay, correct answer is, okay, lechon, pwedeng, which is my favorite food. So, ganyan yung relative pronoun. It relates to a specific noun or the subject. Okay? Is the best. Next, if you say reflexive, it refers back to the subject. So myself, yourself, o yung may mga self na pronoun, it's called reflexive. So for example, I taught blank how to play the guitar. What kind of reflexive pronoun do we need here? I, yung subject natin. At sabi natin, a reflexive pronoun refers back to the subject, no? So, anong klaseng pronoun yung hinahanap natin dito? Comment down your answers. Okay, I taught myself how to play the guitar. He, himself, I taught myself. Uh, when preparing the ingredients, she is careful not to hurt blank. What kind of reflexive pronoun ang kailangan natin? So ito, palagi itong ini-example, no? And sometimes lumalabas din siya. Anyway, what is your answer? Okay. So what about the others? Hello. All right. So correct answer is herself. That's correct. It's because it's she, no? She is always careful not to hurt herself. So it will always refer back to the noun or the pronoun. No, she, herself. No, I, myself. Of course, we have the indefinite pronoun. It does not refer, do not um these do not refer to any person, no? So anybody, everybody, somebody, no, hindi siya specific. That's indefinite pronoun. So here, do not share my secret to blank. What kind of indefinite pronoun ba yung hinahanap natin? Comment down your answers. Okay, what about the others? Okay, so correct answer is, all right. That is okay. Others, anyone, anybody, no? Basta sekreto, wag mo ipagsasabi, no? So, pwede naman, no? Do not share my secret to anyone, anybody, to others, no? So, those are indefinite pronouns. No, you don't, it's not mentioning any specific person. Ano ba yung sekreto nyo? At bawal ipagkalat. Oo. It's hard to trust people these days, no? Maraming marites. Anyway, if you say demonstrative pronoun, from the word demonstrative, it demonstrates, no? Or it points to specific people or things. So yung this, that, these, and these are demonstrative pronouns. So remember, we use this kapag malapit yung isang bagay and singular. So for example, I will say, oh, this is my book. This is my book, no? So malapit siya and singular. Kapag malapit naman ito, tsaka marami yung libro, for example, you say, these are my books, no? Kapag malapit, tsaka marami, these. Kapag malayo at nag-iisa, that's that. Katulad mo na single, no? That is a single person. Walang jowa, no? Walang jowa, no? Nag-iisa lang siya, walang kakadol. So that is a lonely person. Malayo tsaka singular. Kapag malayo tsaka marami, now those yung gagamitin natin. No? Those are lonely people. So that's demonstrative. Anyway, what do you think about this? Blank are beautiful flowers. What kind of demonstrative pronoun yung hinahanap natin? Okay. Na-hurt sa Na-hurt sa lonely, no? Walang kakadol. Okay, bakit that? Kakasabi ko nga lang, di ba? Kapag malayo, pero nag-iisa, yan, that is a lonely person. Pero dito, flowers, no? Marami sila. So, pwedeng these, pwede ding those, no? Depende kung nakatingin ka sa malayong garden, those are beautiful flowers, no? Kung may jowa ka tapos binigyan ka ng bouquet, these are beautiful flowers. So these and those, para yon sa plural o marami, okay? This and that, para yon sa inyo na walang jowa, no? Mga singular, mga single. Okay, now let's move on to preposition. Um, we use in Okay. We use in. All right. Good job, guys. If it's general or bigger. So, gumagamit naman tayo ng in sa oras tsaka sa lugar, di ba? So, for example, sa centuries, we say in the 1900s, no? So, malaki talaga yung taon, yung buwan, yung season, no? Again, general or bigger, in yung gamit natin, no? In 1890, in 2022, no? In 2020, the pandemic happened. In August, in winter, in summer, it's so hot, no? So these are the times na gagamitin natin yung in. That is sa panahon or sa time. Sa place, still general or bigger pa rin. So for example, sa isang bansa, no? In the Philippines or sa malaking syudad or sa isang syudad. In Tokyo, in Cebu City. So countries or cities, you use in. Okay? You also use in if it's inside something. So for example, in the box, no, nasa loob talaga siya ng box or nasa loob ng closet, you use in. minsan kasi nakaka-confuse tong mga ganito. Now, if you say on, it's more specific or mas maliit na yung scope niya. So, first, if it's nasa surface ng isang bagay, so for example, on the desk, on the floor, on the stage. So for example, itong libro, no? Tapos nandito yung highlighter, oh, nasa on top siya, nasa surface. So you say on the book, okay? Kapag nasa loob, it's in. If it's on top, it's on, okay? Now, kapag sa time naman, since it's more specific, so yung mga araw, Monday, Tuesday, no? Or yung dates. Oh. So, on Saturday, on August 12, na birthday ko, baka gusto nyo bigyan ako ng oo, regalo. Eto, tumatanggap ako, okay? So, on is more specific. Also, sa isang lugar, so, still specific, street or avenue, no? On Main Street. So, street or avenue, on na yung gagamitin natin. 'Di ba yung in, it's the city or the country. So, yung on, it's more specific na street or avenue. Now, yung pinaka-specific naman or pinakamaliit na scope, that is at. So, kapag yung mga taon at saka buwan at season in, kapag araw at date on, kapag oras at na. No, that's a very specific part of the day. So, for example, at o'clock, no? Very specific. Um, Place naman, it's a very specific location. At Marriott Hotel, at the airport, no, may pangalan talaga ng lugar. It's very specific. That's when we use at. Okay? Also, sa modes of transportation, if you are able to stand and walk, use on. Okay? On the ship, on the plane, on the train. Kapag nakakatayo ka at nakakalakad ka, use on. Okay? On the bus. Kapag hindi naman, like umuupo ka lang diretso, you can use in. No? In the car, in the jeep. Oh, kasi pagpasok mo sa car, 'di ba, lumalakad ka pa ba doon? O upo ka na largo kasi diretso pala. Kasi, the space is small. So that's in, okay? But if you're able to stand, talaga nakakatayo ka, nakakalakad ka, use on. Okay? Depende na lang kung maliit yung height mo, nakakalakad ka inside the jeep, oh, sa'yo na yan. Okay? All right. So correct answer is the speaker was called blank the riser to do his presentation. Is it in, on, or at? What do you think? Hello. Bakit ba kasi? Sabi niya kakapasok lang. Anong subject na kayo? Secret. By the way, this is verbal reasoning po. So you can always watch the recording. It will be posted in the group after. All right. So correct answer dito is the speaker was cold. Okay, some answered. Oh, iba-iba na tayo ng sagot. But actually, marami naman yung sumagot ng letter B. It's on. On the riser. Ibig sabihin, on top of the riser, no? Kapag sabihin mo kasing in the riser, papasok siya doon sa loob, no? Yung at naman, it's not appropriate. So with surface, again, kapag nasa ibabaw ng isang bagay, it's always, okay, on top of something. Next, I will meet you blank 12 midnight. Is it in, on, or at? Daig pa si Cinderella, no? Okay. They lagpas na midnight. Si Cinderella until midnight lang, di ba? All right. So correct answer is ano yung very specific? That's right. It's at 12 midnight, no? Next, I saw you blank the bus earlier. Bakit naman sa bus pa nakita at binigyan tayo ng problema? Is it in, on, or at? I saw you blank the bus earlier. So, sa bus naman talaga, kapag pagpasok natin sa bus, we're able to stand and walk naman, no? Gaano ba kayo kalaki at hindi kayo ano mga NBA players ba na hindi kasya sa loob ng bus? So nakayuko sa bus, sana all. Okay. So if you are able to stand and walk inside the vehicle, you use on. Good job. I saw you on the bus earlier. Okay. Next, New Year's Day is blank the first day of the first month. So ibig sabihin January 1, first day of the first month. Is it in, on, or at? Oh, New Year's Day. So ano ba yung um, medyo specific na preposition na gagamitin natin if we are talking about days or dates? So what is your answer? Okay, so all right. Correct answer is it's on. Okay, good job. May mga sumagot pa rin naman. So New Year's Day is on the first day of the first month. So again, kapag araw, it's on. Okay? So yun yung example ko on Saturday, on August 12, no? Tapos kapag in, yun na yung mga taon or buwan or season, no? In summer, in 2000, in July. So, mas malaki talaga yung scope ng in. Kapag mga araw, specific na days, that's on. Kapag oras, that's at. So, correct answer is letter B. Next, people usually don't go out blank winter. Is it in, on, or at? What is your answer? Okay. Correct answer is that's good job. So, in winter, no? Kasi season siya. So in winter, in summer, in spring, and in fall. In Philippines, we only have the wet and dry season, no? Wala namang winter dito. Thank God. Kasi maraming namamatay. Dito, maraming namamatay sa init. No, sobrang init. Ilang beses na ako nag-nosebleed. Gosh, ang init sa bansa natin. Okay, next, we have adjectives. So ano ba yung adjective? Nagde-describe ng noun, no? So kapag sabihin, oh, cute yung aso, no? Yung cute dyan, yan yung adjective. So it modifies or it describes a noun or a pronoun. So first we have comparative adjectives. So kinokompara yung dalawang bagay. Whales are blank animals than dolphins. Oh, what adjective or what is the right adjective na ibibigay nyo? So it's comparing whales and dolphins. That comparative pa siya. So meaning it has a specific format. Bigger, that's correct. Pwede ding larger, no? So ibig sabihin mas malaki yung whales kaysa sa mga dolphins. So if it's comparative, merong ER, no? Palagi. If you say superlative naman, it's the best, no? Walang kakompetensya. So for example, of all the animals, I think piglets are the blank. Oh, ano yun? Ano sa tingin nyo? Yung mga baby na pigs ba? Piglets. Char, ang OA ng baby na pigs. Pero 'di ba ang cute nila, no? Yung mga batang baboy. Smallest. Okay. What about the others? Piglets are hindi naman smallest, may mas maliliit pa sa piglets. Ano ba yung Tagalog niyan? Basta yun. Oo. Actually, cutest yung para sa akin. Oh. So, example lang nito, okay? If you say superlative, so ito yung pinaka the best, okay? So, nothing compares to it, no? Unparalleled siya. So, cutest. So, kapag comparative, cuter. Kapag the best, ikaw yung cutest. Next, if you say predicate adjectives, here, the lobsters looks blank. The lobsters looks blank. Ano bang tingin nyo sa lobsters? Comment down your answers. So, dito, yun kasing looks, pwede nyo siyang, you can replace it with is or are, no? So, kapag predicate adjectives, it comes after that, no, mga linking verbs. So, the lobsters are blank or the lobsters look blank. Ay, look lang pala ito dapat. Oh, 'di ba? Back to me yung grammar form. Kasi marami yung lobsters. So, dapat walang S. Yung, ano ba yan, ma'am? Oh, mali-mali yung sentence mo. Looks tasty, looks delicious, looks yummy. Okay, that's correct. So, the lobsters look tasty. Okay, yan yung predicate adjectives. No, it comes after the linking verb. So, the lobsters look tasty. Pwede naman sabihin, the lobster looks tasty. Hindi pa ako nakatikim ng lobster ay. Ay, nakatikim na pala pero konti lang. Gusto ko talaga yung sa videos minumukbang ba, no? Or king crab. Ay, sana all. Okay. If you say possessive adjectives, um, still about ownership. So, katulad kanina sa possessive pronoun, pero magkaiba yung words nila, no? But it is about ownership o pagmamayari. So, dito, blank favorite food is pizza. Ano ba yung correct na possessive adjective na hinahanap natin dito? Okay, my favorite food is pizza. So, yan. Yung my, adjective pa rin yan, pero possessive, okay? Ibig sabihin, pagmamayari, no? His favorite food, her favorite food is pizza. So, possessive. So, if you say proper adjective naman, um, para ba siyang adjective that comes from a proper noun. So, we ate in a blank restaurant, no? So, marami namang klase yung restaurant, di ba? So, ito yung mga adjective na capitalized siya because it comes from a proper noun. Okay. Baka may makapagbigay ng example. You cannot say delicious restaurant because delicious is not really, it's just an adjective, no? Hindi naman siya proper adjective. So, proper adjective, galing siya sa proper noun. And dapat, capital letter yung nauna sa kanya. So, this is 5 star. Okay. Fancy or nice, it's not. Okay. So, for example, Chinese restaurant. No? So, it comes from a proper noun. Kaya nga yung sinabi ko, capitalized yung first word niya. Okay? We ate in a Chinese restaurant. If you say descriptive, so ito na, no? It's just describing. So diyan napapasok yung simple, fancy, nice, cute, no? It's just describing. So a lot of blank puppies are in the park, no? It's merely describing, no, descriptive. So any word, uh-uh. Correct answer natin is so for example pala yung siguro mga dog breeds, no, they are proper adjectives. Kapag descriptive, it's just describing kung anong nakikita. So a lot of cute puppies are in the park. Oh, yun yung mga classic-classing adjectives. And now we are here with conjunctions. So remember, a conjunction is very important. You cannot create a sentence without a conjunction, no? Like imposible yung conversation natin kung walang conjunctions. No, very important because they connect ideas. No, they connect words, phrases, and clauses. No, so we have three types: coordinating, subordinating, and correlating. So magsimula tayo sa coordinating. Yung kinoconnect niya ay yung mga magka-level na words. So for example, Jenny and Anna. So si Jenny at si Anna, they're both human being, no? Same level lang. You connect it with the word and. So yung coordinating conjunctions are the fanboys, no? For and, nor, but, or yet so. So here, let's try. Adventures are fun. blank, they can be dangerous. O anong coordinating conjunction ba yung hinahanap natin? So again, it's connecting words na magka-level lang. So for example dito, yung fun, tsaka dangerous. O, magka-level lang yan pag-describe sa adventure, no? Pero what word or what conjunction should we use to connect these? That's correct. It's but. No, adventures are fun, but they can be dangerous. Next, he didn't get out of bed, blank, eat his breakfast. No? So dito, magka-level lang din. Hindi siya, wala siyang ginawa sa dalawa. No? Hindi siya tumayo, hindi rin siya kumain. So kapag wala kang ginawa at all, what word ba sa fanboys yung tama? Dog lover ba daw ako? I'm okay. No, I wouldn't identify as a dog lover. I'm okay with animals. So, my sister kasi meron siyang asthma. Kaya, growing up, we never really had pets kasi masama sa hininga niya, no? And nasanay ako na ganun. Pero I'm okay. I don't hate them. I think they're cute. Uh-uh. I just haven't tried living with one, with a dog yet, no? Okay lang. May dog kami but they act as a guard. Yung iba kasi talagang part of the family na, no? Sabay matulog, sabay ganon. I admire that. We didn't have that growing up, no? So, hindi naman talaga ang dog lover. Okay lang. All right. So, correct answer is nor. So, kapag wala siyang ginawa at all, okay, that's correct. So, Sister Rodolfo, Ma'am Chloe, he didn't get out of bed nor eat his breakfast. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang ginawa sa dalawa. Okay, hindi tumayo, hindi rin kumain. That's coordinating. Next, they introduced themselves blank. They just met. Ay sana all, no? Nag-eyeball. Okay. So, ano ba yun? Sa fanboys? Or what word? Again, yung fanboys, for and nor, but, or yet. So, okay. So, they connect words of the same level. So, they introduce themselves kasi they just met, no? So, of course, they will introduce themselves kasi hindi sila magkakilala. What about the others? So, hindi na sinagutan. Okay, so dito, they introduce themselves for they just met, okay? For is actually, it's almost the same meaning as because. Okay? They introduce themselves kasi or dahil they just met. My friends can enjoy blank. They can just go home. My friends can enjoy blank. They can just go home. So magka-level lang. Pwedeng mag-enjoy sila. Pwede rin umuwi na rin sila. So, saan ba sa fanboys yung pinaka-appropriate na word dito? Pwede kang mag-enjoy, pwede ka rin umuwi. No, may option. Correct answer is, okay, what about the others? Either. Wala namang either sa fanboys. For and nor, but, or yet so. So my choice, okay, that's correct. No? So my friends can enjoy or they can just go home. Okay. Hala. She studied hard, blank, she passed the exam. Naklik ko. Actually, my ring light is so bright. Ang sakit na ng mata ko. Uh, she studied hard, kaya pumasa siya. Katulad nyo. So correct answer is, all right, so she passed the exam. Naklik mo naman, ma'am. Okay. You cheated. Blank, your girlfriend still stayed with you. Okay. Now, what about the others? Nag-cheat ka, pero yung jowa mo na tanga, hindi ka pa rin iniwan. What coordinating conjunction should we add into that? Walang choices, no? O kayo nang bahala mag-decide. Hindi ako pala desisyon. Pero, okay, pwedeng but your girlfriend still stayed with you or yet, no? So, Nag-cheat ka na, pero yeah, yung jowa mo still stayed with you. So, pwedeng but, pwede ding yet. No? Grammatically correct naman. Next, they watched the movie blank talked for hours. Ay, iba. First date siguro. Oo. So, nanood sila at saka nag-usap. Oo. Sa mga hindi pa naka-movie date diyan, oh, imagine niyo na lang, 'no, kawawa naman kayo. Oo, labas-labas din pagkatapos ng exam, okay? Alright, so correct answer is and they talked for hours. So they watched the movie and talked for hours. Now let's do the drill. Neither the manager nor the employee is blank responsible for the error. Is it is, are, was, or were? So wala, hindi yung manager, hindi rin yung employees. Ano ba yung correct word natin? Comment down your answers. If someone will comment the correct answer, I will proceed right away, okay? Correct answer natin is alright, are. So, kung ano yung word na malapit sa verb, yan yung susundin natin, okay? So, dito, since yung employees, marami sila, plural, yung malapit sa verb, yan yung susundin natin. Kaya yung correct answer natin is are. Kung sasabihin natin, neither the employees nor the manager is. Kasi yung manager naman yung malapit. Okay? Correct answer, letter B. Next, she has always been one of those people who blank early. Is it arrive, arrives, arriving, or has arrived? What is your answer? She has always been one of those people who blank early. Oh, I think ako ito. Always on time. Actually, that's the secret to life. Always show up on time. Tayong lahat naman may orasan, 'di ba? And nabubisit talaga ako pag may nalilate. I don't know why. For me, it's very irresponsible at hindi rin respectful, no? Para kang bata na hindi nakapag-aral, no? Kapag sabihing 7 a.m. tapos darating ka 9 or 10, it means you don't respect those people na pinapahintay mo. So, the secret to life, no, para maging successful tayo, always practice mo na mag-show up ka on time, no? Hindi yung, Filipino time. That's so, I don't know. Anyway, sige na lang. So, correct answer is arrive. We already have has here. So, um, dito, we cannot double things, no? She has always been one of those people who arrive early. Okay? Again, we already have the word has. Correct answer is letter A. Next, the team as well as the coach blank attending the seminar. Is it are, is, were, or have? What is your answer? Okay, what about the others? The team as well as the coach blank attending the seminar. Hindi ko talaga ma-explain bakit hindi mag-load yung comments niyo, no? Ang tagal pa. Okay, so the team, that is a collective noun, no? A collective noun. So kahit na marami yung tao, iisang team lang sila, no? So the team is attending the seminar. So kapag nasa loob ng kama, you disregard that, okay? Yung team lang yung importante. Kapag sabihin two teams, then yan, plural na. Pero kapag iisang team lang, singular yan. Okay? Correct answer is letter B. Next, the shelf was stacked with books, magazines, and is it pens, pen, a pen, or penning? So books, magazines, and blank. So dito, we are trying to highlight the importance of parallelism. So ano ba yung parallelism? Dapat parallel, no? Magkapareho sila ng structure ng words. Correct answer is, so since plural yung books, plural yung magazines, plural din yung pens. Okay? Correct answer is letter A. Next, the principal along with the teachers blank at the meeting. Is it were, are, is, or have been? The principal along with teachers blank at the meeting. So we only consider the principal here. Okay? Kaya yung sagot natin is. Okay? The principal is at the meeting. Siguro kapag sabihin the principal and the teachers, kapag sinabay sila ng conjunction, then yan, plural na, madami na sila, no? Pero dito, yung principal lang yung i-consider natin, no? Para bang, oo, tag along lang yung along with the teachers, not just extra information. So the principal is at the meeting. Next, he couldn't decide whether to stay home or go out. So he chose blank. Is it either, neither, both, or not? So nahirapan siyang magdesisyon kung gagala ba siya or maging taong bahay. Kaya yung pinili niya ay wala sa dalawa. So what word is appropriate kapag wala sa dalawa? So he chose neither, no? Kapag he chose either, so isa pa rin dito, isa pa rin, no? Pwedeng nag-stay at home siya or nag-go out. Eh, hindi nga siya maka-decide. Kaya wala siyang pinili, okay? He chose neither. Unless you have information, no? Extra information that clarifies the statement. Okay, next. By the time the sun sets, they blank reached the summit. Is it have, had, or will? So dito there is a specific time frame in the future, no? Na by the time na mag-sunset, darating na sila. So dalawang action yung mangyayari, magsa-sunset at darating sila sa summit. No, this is perfect tense. So ano ba yung gagamitin natin if it's a perfect tense? Okay, that's right. So a lot answer, the correct answer, by the time the sun sets, they will have reached the summit, no? So it's a specific time in the future, tapos may mangyayari din at a specific time in the future. Next, she prefers hiking in the mountains, blank swimming at the beach. So dito, merong preference yung tao, meron siyang mas gusto. Oh. So is it and or than or to? Okay, what is your answer? Comment down. So dito, this is actually a bit tricky. So, meron siyang mas preferred over the other. Okay, correct answer is all right, maraming sumagot ng letter C. So actually, if you prefer something, if you compare two activities, so for example, dito sa sentence, hiking and swimming yung kinumpara niya. At sabi dito, mas gusto niya yung hiking than or hiking in the mountains to swimming at the beach. So if you compare two activities, you use to. Okay? So you only use than if you would use the words like she likes hiking more than, no? But dito wala namang more, no? So it just said here na she prefers hiking in the mountains to swimming at the beach. So wala namang more, no? Na mas gusto niya yung hiking pero gusto niya rin yung swimming, no? Wala. Talagang you're not really kung sinong mas lamang. Dito, mas pipiliin niya yung hiking over swimming. That's why our correct answer is 2, okay? She prefers hiking in the mountains to swimming at the beach. So, ibig sabihin, hindi niya preference yung swimming. Kapag lang merong salitang more, no? She likes hiking more than swimming. Yan, tama yan, no? So, gusto niya pa rin yung swimming, mas gusto niya lang yung hiking. But if we're talking about preference, Oo, mas pipiliin niya yung hiking to swimming. Our answer here is to. Okay, again, kapag prefer yung word, always use to. Okay? Kapag sinabi ng sentence, she likes hiking more than swimming, yan, tama yan. Okay? But since prefer yung ginamit natin, that's why we used to. Next, there is a clear distinction between what he says and what he actually blank. Is it does, do, did, or doing? So dito, ano ba yung um, ano ba yung pinag-usapan natin kanina about does, do, and did? Lumabas daw to sa exam last November. Last November. Ano ba tayo ngayon? April, no? Okay. Sabi ni 11/7/4. 11/7/14. Okay. So, kapag prefer to, okay? I prefer dancing to singing. Pero dito, what is your answer? Oh, iba yung sinabi niya, pero yung actions niya, what he actually does. That's correct. So again, see he, that's singular, okay? So ano yun kapag singular, palaging merong S, yung verb nila. He does, he has, he is, he was, no? So there is a clear distinction between what he says and what he actually does, no? So for example, sasabihin ng jowa mo na, miss na kita." Pero hindi man lang nakikipagkita sa'yo 'no. So iba yung sinasabi, iba din yung ginagawa, 'di ba? Kasi kung tunay na nami-miss ka 'no, pupuntahan ka. Ay, nagalit, hindi naman, oo. Advertisement lang. Anyway, after the meeting, everyone went back to blank desks. So is it his, their, its, or not? What do you think is the answer? After the meeting, everyone went back to blank desks. So everyone. Okay, so marami sila, no? Okay, it's everyone went back to their respective desks. Correct answer is letter B. Next, the company decided to invest more in advertising. Blank, the product was already popular. So ano ba yung tamang conjunction dito? Is it because, even though, so, or therefore? Oh, so nag-invest sila sa advertising kahit na popular na yung tono, kahit na sikat na, no need nang i-advertise. So the correct conjunction here is okay, even though the product was already popular. That's right. It's letter B. So, kahit na. Okay? So, nag-invest pa sila kahit na sikat na yung product, no? Hindi na kailangan. So, with using conjunctions, it's important na naintindihan din natin yung sentence, no? Because pwede namang i-answer na because the product, so the product. Oo. Pero dito, nag-invest sila kahit na sikat na yung produkto. So correct answer is even though. Now we are already at the last part of the discussion. No? So vocabulary. The lake we saw in the desert was only a mirage, shimmering in the heat. So ano ba yung mirage? Is it optical illusion, hidden treasure, real object, or new discovery? Okay, what do you think is the answer? Ano ba yung mirage? So, try to understand the sentence. Yan lang yung mabibigay ko with vocabularies. It's always about context clues, no? So, kung anong meron sa sentence, kahit na hindi natin naiintindihan yung word, if we look at the sentence alone, it will give us an idea to what it is about, okay? So is it optical illusion, hidden treasure, real object, or new discovery? So the lake we saw in the desert was only a blank, shimmering in the heat. Okay, that's right. So tama naman. It's an optical illusion, no? Mirage means an optical illusion. So parang nabuo lang siya because of the heat, okay? So it's not real, just an illusion. Next, happiness is blank when you chase it. Is it elusive, relinquish, or resilient? So the more mo daw na i-chase, ano ba yung i-chase, no? I-pursue yung happiness, the more din itong lalayo sa'yo. Para daw butterfly. So if you want to be happy, you should choose to be happy, no? Nasa sa'yo yan. Okay, but anyway, let's try defining the words first. If you say elusive, it's difficult to find, catch, or achieve. Okay, so my dreams seem elusive to me. If you say relinquish, it means give up or surrender. If you say resilient naman, able to withstand or survive. So, for example, tayong mga Filipinos, we are very resilient, no? Kahit anong pandemic, bagyo, lindol, at kung ano-ano pa, no? Talagang tumatawa pa rin yung mga Pinoy, no? That's, yeah, being resilient, no? Kahit anong ibato sa'yo ng tadhana, kaya mong mag-survive, no? Yan yung ibig sabihin ng resilient. But anyway, base sa sentence natin, ano ba yung tamang word? Okay, that's correct. It's elusive, no? Happiness is elusive when you chase it. No, the more you think about wanting to be happy, the more kang nagiging unhappy. Bakit kaya, no? You should just let it flow. Oh, kung ano 'yon, huwag ipilit yung mga bagay. Okay, next. It's ironic that the person who advocated for a healthy diet was seen eating junk food. So, ano ba yung ironic? Is it expected, contradictory, predictable, or understandable? What is your answer? Mhm. So, base sa sentence, yung tao nag-advocate ng healthy diet, pero nakikita natin kumakain sa fast food, no? Nilaklak yung Coke. Aha. Ang sarap kasi ng Coke. I don't know why. Lalo na ngayon na ang init. No, life is short. Make it shorter with Coke. Okay, so correct answer with ironic means contradictory, no? Parang hindi magkatugma, ano? Parang, it's ironic na sabi mo, wala kang sabi mo wala kang pera pero nakapagbakasyon ka 'no, hindi ka nababayad ng utang. Oh, ironic, it's contradictory 'no, or parang, yeah, hindi magkatugma. Next, in times of exigency, the company activates its emergency protocol. Is it luxury, calm, urgency, or delay? So, based sa pagkaintindi niyo sa sentence, ano ba yung exigency? So, yung context clue natin dito is yung emergency protocol, no? So, ibig sabihin, hindi talaga kalma. No, you can remove letter B kasi emergency na. Emergency protocol na yung. Alright. So, correct answer is urgency. Exigency means urgency. Or para bang it's really important to be done right away. No. Next, that vacation has certainly blank him. Is it rebuff, renovate, rejuvenate? So let's try defining the words first. If you say rebuff, it's another word for rejection. If you say renovate, na restore. So for example, yung bahay na may anay, no? We try to renovate it para hindi maubos ng anay, no? Papalitan ng bago, make it look new. If you say rejuvenate naman, to make person look younger, no? Ay, hindi pala rin yun yung rejuve, ma'am, na pinapahid sa mukha. Oh, pwede din yun. Yan din yung purpose niya. Okay, para maging bata, tignan. Ano yung nangyayari? Dahil, ah, hindi ma-maintain, 'di ba? Kaya nagiging parang lechon yung mukha, namumula, no? Kaya ako, takot na takot ako na mag-rejuve yung mga ginagamit. Kasi wala naman tayong sasakyan, no? Walang aircon. hindi natin 'yan ma-maintain 'no, baka mas lalo pang magkaproblema kahit na gusto nating gumanda. But anyway, ano kaya yung nagawa ng vacation sa kanya? It certainly kayo kapag nagbakasyon kayo 'di ba na-refresh tayo 'no? Parang, ay na-refresh yung, feeling natin. So correct answer is rejuvenate 'no? That vacation has certainly rejuvenated him. Okay. Hindi naman renovate kasi hindi naman bagay yung tao 'no? So rejuvenate, it made him look younger or na-fresh up siya. So i-try niyong magbakasyon, magpahinga, magpa-relax 'no? Babata din 'no? Kasi from the whole weeks na puro lang stress, deserve din minsan. Okay. Anyway, her mental paradigm shifted after reading the new scientific research, altering her perspective. So ano ba, what do we mean? Mental with social status, behavior, cognitive model, or physical. Comment down your answers. Okay. Ang daming tumatawag sa akin. All right. So correct answer is kapag mental paradigm, you already have the word there, mental. So it's about the mind. No, it's about the mind kung ano yung nasa isip. Which among the option ba that talks about the mind? So it's cognitive. Okay? Cognitive model. So mental or cognitive. Kung behavioral naman, it's the way you act. Physical naman, it's who you are physically, no? Next, in times of, okay, nasagot na pala ito. Urgency nga, yung exigency. I am excited upon your blank arrival. Is it imminent, eminent, or pertinent? I am excited upon your blank arrival. I'm so proud until now, no? Kumpleto pa rin kayo nanonood. Hindi ba nakaka-bored yung ganito? Ano ba naman 'tong lecture na 'to? Anyway, let's define the words. Eminent, it means papalapit na or paparating, okay? Yung eminent na letter E, um, distinguished or renowned or respected sa kanilang field. So for example, si Michael Jordan is an eminent basketball player, no? So talagang kilalang kilala na sa field nila. That's eminent na letter E. If you say pertinent naman, relevant or appropriate. So for example, she raised pertinent questions during the discussion. So that's pertinent. Anyway, I am excited upon your blank arrival. So alin ba dito? Is it eminent, eminent, or pertinent? What do you think? Okay, that's correct. So, imminent na paparating, no? Yung palapit na yung pagdating niya, no? Or fast approaching. The correct answer is letter A. Next. The politician's acolytes gathered around him, ready to support his every word. Is it critics, assistants, opponents, or followers? Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng acolytes? Yung keyword natin is ready to support his every word. Ngayon, no? Malapit na yung eleksyon. Ang gulo-gulo, tsaka ang daming tarpaulin. Kahit saan ka tumingin. Oo, nakakalula. Buti pa during election, nakakarating talaga yung tarpaulin sa malalayong lugar, no? Pero kapag hinahanap na natin, yung promise nila ay wala na. Okay, so vote very carefully. Correct answer is followers. So again, keyword natin, ready to support his every word. So that's what a follower would do, no? Kahit na mali-mali na yung sinabi, hindi na, yeah, you can it anymore. So, dahil acolytes or supporter, support pa rin, no? I-defend nyo talaga. Okay, next. Oh, paulit-ulit yung PowerPoint. His efforts as a public servant are blank that nothing can compare. So, walang makakakumpara. Is it impeccable, flamboyant, or unparalleled? What do you think is the option? Impeccable, flamboyant, or unparalleled? So if you say impeccable, almost perfect, no? Talagang konting-konti na lang, no? 99.9% of the germs. No, that's impeccable. If you say flamboyant, confident, no? Yung personality or the way they appear lively. If you say unparalleled naman, walang makakakumpara. Oo. Having no equal or just exceptional, no standout. So yung impeccable, almost perfect. No, yung unparalleled naman, maybe it's not perfect but it's exceptional, no? Nothing can compare. So base the sentence natin, what would be the most appropriate word? Okay, that's correct. So it's unparalleled, no? Given na yung definition, nothing can compare. Ibig sabihin, it's unparalleled. Next, they arranged a secret rendezvous in the forest to discuss their plans. Ano ba yung rendezvous? Is it conflict, celebration, scheduled meeting, or sudden departure? Oh, kanta yan ng One Direction. Nakalimutan ko na. And if you like having secret little rendezvous, oh, yan pala, naalala ko. Okay. So, ano ba yung ibig sabihin? So dito parang they arranged that thing so that they will have the time and the place so that they can talk about their plans. That's correct. It's a scheduled meeting, no? So it's para bang a meet up, no? Saan at kailan. So that's rendezvous. Letter C. Next, supermodels usually have these blank personalities that many admire their looks. Is it magnetic, profane, or loquacious? So, yung keyword natin is many people admire their looks, no? Kung ano yung facade nila. Totoo naman, no? If we look at models, so katatapos lang nung bench, 'di ba? Sino pinakagusto nyo doon? Or for example, internationally, you have Kendall Jenner, no? Gigi Hadid. Hindi na ako familiar sa iba. Cloud chaser. So, ano ba yung hinahanap na word natin? Is it magnetic? Is it profane or loquacious? Yung mahirap lang is if we are not familiar with these words. No? Kaya familiarize lang. You don't have to memorize every single thing. Importante na maintindihan natin yung punot dulo niya. Imposible naman talaga unless you are super intelligent, no? Yung pang top-notcher caliber, yung pang summa cum laude or magna cum laude, yan sila, memorize lahat yan. But for some of us, yung normal na tao lang, I suggest na intindihin na lang, okay? So anyway, if you say magnetic, it means someone is very attractive, no? Lalong-lalo na kayo mga kalalakihan kapag may magandang babae, no? Malaki yung boobs, perfect yung katawan, para na magnet yung mata, no? Sinusundan mo talaga yung lakad niya. So that's magnetic, no? A person is really attractive, no? Sinusundan mo ng tingin. If you say profane, it means non-religious or irreverent. So uh, non-sectarian, I think, yung they don't really do any religious activities, no? May mga schools or organizations na ganyan, no? Profane. And if you say loquacious naman, just remember me, it means talkative, no? Madaldal. That's another word for talkative is loquacious. Anyway, yung hinahanap natin, supermodels have this personality that many people admire their looks. So correct answer is magnetic. That's correct. Oo. So kapag makita daw yun dun yung word, sasabihin, parang familiar to, pero hindi mo pa rin alam. O intindihin, no? Compared sa wala ka talagang masagot, again, it's impossible to memorize everything. No, may mga tanong talaga doon na mahihirapan ka talaga. Kaya ngayon pa lang na nag-review ka, i-practice mo na yung sarili mo, no, to face the difficult questions. Posible talaga ma-memorize lahat. Kung ma-memorize mo, that's a big advantage. Okay? Okay. All right. So next, proper sunlight and water are necessary for the germination of seeds. Is it drying, decay, sprouting, or harvesting? So again, look at the clues, no? So proper sunlight and water. So necessary daw for the germination. Oh, so ano kaya yung germination? Does it talk about drying or decaying or harvesting kaagad? Grabe naman. So, what do we mean by that? No, kapag may tinanim ka tapos para bang ano siya, okay, that's correct. No, it's sprouting. Sana nga ganito lang yung sentence. I actually constructed it this way para mas madali nating maintindihan. So at least we already have the idea kung ano yung what the word is all about. So if you say germination, that is the sprouting of the seeds, no? Yun bang pagka-plant mo and then it develops, no? To a plant. From a seed to a plant, no? Nagsusprout siya yung mga baby plants. Ang OA ng baby. Kanina pa yan, baby pigs, no? Yung piglets. Germination of seeds, baby plants. Kayo na lang yung walang baby. Lahat ng word dito nagagawan ko ng baby. Anyway, it is considered blank if you wear something red during your exams. Is it auspicious, paramount, or Herculean? What do you think is the answer? Katatanim pa lang daw ng seeds, no? Letter D na kaagad. Harvest na kaagad yung sagot. Anyway, kapag nagpula ka daw ng brief or panty, it's considered blank. Ano ba yon? Is it auspicious, paramount, or Herculean? Yung problema, ma'am, hindi namin alam kung ano yung options. That's why I define it first. All right. So if you say auspicious, it means suerte, favorable for success. If you say paramount, it's more important or it's a priority. So for example, ano ba? Education is paramount to success. Char, gawa-gawa ng sentence. If you say Herculean naman, it needs great effort, no? Um, another words could be strenuous, arduous, or grueling. So ano ba yung mga trabaho? So for example, yeah, people who are yung mga fire officers, no? Lalong-lalo na kung may sunog. So talagang Herculean siya na task. Hindi pwedeng tatanga-tanga or weak ka, no? Or yung mga police officers, no? So, it requires great effort. Oo. Talagang nakakapagod. So, that's Herculean. Anyway, kapag magpula ng brief or panty is considered blank, kapag nag-exam daw, correct answer is auspicious. That's correct. Favorable for success. Ibig sabihin, swerte. Kasi daw katunog lang ng superstitious. May pula na ba kayo? Depende lang yan sa paniniwala, pero hindi naman. It's not just about that, no? It can summon good luck. Kaya nga yung mga Chinese, they like to wear red because it's a lucky color, no? Parang maswerte. But it does not decide kung papasa ka ba or hindi. Anyway, the team's performance in the final match was a debacle, resulting in their early exit from the tournament. Is it huge victory, unexpected success, total failure, or it's a close competition? Magkalapit lang yung scores. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng debacle? So, yung keyword natin is early exit, no? Maaga silang umalis. So, ano kaya, no? Dahil kaya nanalo sila? So huge victory or unexpected success, almost the same lang, okay? So if the options look almost the same, it's not the correct answer, okay? Kapag synonymous lang, hindi yan yung tamang sagot. So is it total failure or close competition? Correct answer is, that's right, it's a failure. Kaya nag-early exit sila. So ano 'yun, 'no, madali silang natalo kasi hindi pa kumalaban ng iba, 'no, hindi na umabot sa ibang opponents because they were defeated right away. That's why they had an early exit, 'no? So meaning total failure siya. Debacle means total failure. Next, the instructions were very blank that we are able to understand well. So yung keyword natin is naintindihan nila ng mabuti. Is it illicit, explicit, or implicit? Comment down your answers. The instructions were very blank that we are able to understand well. Okay. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin? Alright. So iba-iba ng answers. Let's try defining it first. If you say illicit, para bang kumukuha ka ng idea ng ibang tao, no? So for example, I'd like to elicit your opinion. Oh. If you say explicit naman, klaro, stated clearly and in detail. If you say implicit, hindi klaro, parang in-imply lang. Oh. So for example, kapag sabihin, "Hoy, maganda ba yung jowa ni ano?" Tapos sasabihin mo, "Ay, matangkad." Oh. So, it's not clear kung maganda ba or hindi, no? You're just implying na maybe hindi maganda kasi yung sinagot mo is matangkad. So, that's implicit, okay? Not directly stated. Okay. So, kapag babaho yung kilikili ng katabi mo, sabihin mo, "Hey, alam mo, may maganda akong ano, roll-on na brand." Oh. So that's ini-imply mo na need niya ng roll-on. So that's implicit, okay? Kung explicit naman, it means it's clear, no, and in detail. So yung sentence natin, the instructions were very okay. So dito makakasagot na tayo. We're very explicit. Okay? That we are able to understand well. Kapag explicit, it means claro. Okay? Implicit, it's just implied, not directly stated. Illicit naman, it's you gather ideas. Okay? So, I think that's it. Diba? I told you, madali lang. Hindi tayo umabot ng 2 hours. Dati kasi sobrang daldal ko guys, 'no, aabot tayo ng 3 hours. Pero ngayon dire-diretso na. Oh, I've learned my lesson. We'll see again tomorrow. We'll see each other again tomorrow for ano ba yung topics? Sentence error, paragraph arrangement, reading comprehension. Okay? So ito lang, Char, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So I'm very happy na you're all preparing. I will see you all tomorrow again. Walang internet sila ni Sir Jerome. I think he will be able to fix it soon, I hope. Okay? So I'll see you tomorrow and on Friday. So thank you so much, guys. Bye. God bless. See you tomorrow. Ingat. Have your dinner.